did you tell the guys as they were getting ready to wait for this moment, knowing that they can't do anything after the tournament?
Yeah, we were just to be excited. We were excited about the day, excited about the opportunity, felt pretty comfortable and confident that we would hear our name called, and let's just be ready for when that happens. Thank you. And we'll figure out who will play, when we'll play, and be ready to go from there.
You said all along you felt this team was a tournament team, that you guys had earned your place. How did you feel about where they placed you?
It's fine. I mean, it is what it is. We're just excited and honored to be a part of it.
What was practice like today? Did the guys seem a little tense at all?
No, they didn't seem tense. It was light. We had a couple of days off. We got in and, just tried to get a lot of shooting in, just tried to move a little bit. We'll start really getting prepared now that we have an opponent, and just look forward to that.
What do you know on the surface level about Mississippi State as we sit
I
here?
don't know. I mean, as soon as I heard them that was our opponent, I just looked on my phone at some stats. I haven't seen them play at all, but I know in order to be a part of this tournament, you have to be good. It's something they've earned, so I know they're a good basketball team.
How do you? It's been a long road since you started here. How does it feel to finally have a team to get in the dance?
Yeah, it's awesome, man, and I'm really just happy for these guys because they've worked, they fought, we've won, and I think it's something that's earned. And for this group to be the group to kind of get back to the big dance is a pretty cool doggone thing.
How do you embrace the challenge of a quick preparation now for a team you don't really know much about as of right now?
It's you're just excited about the opportunity to continue to have a season in play, and so you embrace the opportunity that you have to continue to play, and you just go get ready.
I know you're a big fan. I mean, of basketball. I mean, were you watching games this weekend? Were you seeing Pitt first team out, or any of that stuff?
Yeah, I tried not to watch too much basketball as far as college basketball. Once we lost, I just tried to get away, just spend time with my family, hang out with my family, watch some movies, watch the NBA. I caught a little bit of some of the games today. As I was in here in the office before we practiced, but I tried to get away from it for a couple of days.
Go ahead.
Jeff, it's human nature when you watch this unfold. Is there any kind of frustration when you see where you are and you had a better resume than other teams that are seated higher than you guys?
Is it human? I mean, yes and no. Again, I'm excited and honored that our name was called. There are a lot of coaches and players right now that would give anything to have heard their name. And so I'm definitely excited about that. I don't think our league got gets the respect that I think we should get, but there's nothing I can do about that except for us to go out and hopefully play well and all the teams in our league to perform well.
You talked about
disadvantages that are playing these first 4 games on Tuesday.
I'm sorry to hear the first part.
How much of a disadvantage is it playing in the first 4 games?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, the only thing I can think of is just that it's a quick turnaround. You find out your opponent, a little bit after 6 o'clock today, and then we're going to have to play Tuesday. And so it's not a lot of preparation, whereas if you play Thursday or Friday, you have a few days to prepare. You can, really get into the guts of what it is the team does. For us, we're going to have to do that very, very quickly. Tomorrow, we'll travel tomorrow. And then, again, we'll figure out what time we play on Tuesday. And we'll have some time on Tuesday, but that's the only thing. Just it's quicker. It's a quicker turnaround.
You talked about pulling yourself away from basketball a bit when you got back from Greensboro. What was the team encouraged to do over these last few days here to kind of reset, maybe?
Just to get away. We had 2 days off just to refresh mind, body, and come back Sunday, and let's be excited and ready to go.
You mentioned, all season long, how you have 4 guys that have played in this tournament, and that was obviously by design to bring those type of guys in. What's the advantage like having that going into the tournament? Well,
we have some experience. We have guys that have been on this stage. It's actually 3. JV didn't. That was the year they qualified. They canceled it the year at Wichita. And so, again, just to hopefully have some experience. But look, we've played in a great conference. We've played really big games all year in tough environments. I think we'll be ready, and we're excited about the opportunity to play.
What is your experience with the NCAA tournament? What allows teams to advance, and what are the core principles that you need to be able to advance?
Well, I think you have to be. I think you have to have fresh minds and fresh legs. I think you have to have clear minds. You have to forget everything in the past. You have to be focused on what's right in front of you. And then you have to be fresh mentally and physically. You have to understand it's everyone's 0-0. Everyone that's a part of this tournament has done something really special, whether they've had an outstanding year, their whole resume, or they've gotten hot at the end and won their conference tournament. And so you're part of a select group, and you need to cherish that and go out there and just leave everything out there, because you really only guaranteed one game. And so you have to leave everything out there. And I think the best way to do it is to have a clear mind and to be fresh as you possibly can.
You've been preaching defense and trying to get better. Then you had that Duke game. What do you harp on, or what do you see that you guys have to do to get back the defense you guys have played when you've been at your best?
Yeah, we haven't defended well in about a month, really, since the Boston College game here. And so we just have to. It's some little things, but they end up being big things. We have to contest a little bit harder. We have to contain the ball more. When we have two on the ball, our rotations behind us have to be on point. The effort has to be a little bit more. And all of those things are even heightened now as you move forward.
What do you think caused that slide in defensive effort or production?
I think our inability to practice as we started playing a little bit more. I think our inability to practice because of some guys being banged up. I think that's the thing that did it.
There's also, I'm looking at the stats and just how you guys played out there minutes wise. The difference between Nike as your sixth man and Guillermo as your seventh man was about 400 minutes in playing time, whereas you look like a Duke's. The difference is from the sixth man to the ninth man, only like 150 minutes. Does that play into the wear and tear of you talked all season about preserving your guys so they don't tire out?
Yeah, look, we're trying to do whatever we can to win games, and so from game to game, it can be different. I'm never a guy that's married to anything particular. It's feel, and sometimes in the game you have a group that's playing really well together, so you want to stick with them. Sometimes you have a guy that's going. Sometimes you have a guy that's not playing well. Sometimes the matchup, causes you to do something different. And so for me, that's what it always is. But we try to stay fresh by what we do in practice. And I think that's hurt us a little bit because we haven't been able to have 8, 9, 10 guys, to practice.
Jeff, how much do you think the committee weighed that Duke loss for you guys?
I don't know. I really don't know. They say margin of victory or defeat is not supposed to be part of the criteria. Maybe it is. I wish they would have weighed the Northwestern win a little bit more, because of that, or if that's part of the metric. Again, when you look at least for me, when I look at us, and I think we had 4 quad 1 wins. I think we were 7-8 against quad 1 and quad 2. I think we had the 4th most road wins, or tied for 4th most road wins of any team in the Power 5. So I thought our resume was good. We had 15 wins in the ACC. I thought we've showed that we could play away from home and win away from home. We beat some really good teams here. Obviously, what we did in the non-conference after getting over a rough spot, our only loss after that, I think, was to Vanderbilt, and I think it was by 1 or 2. I think they're a pretty good team. So again, I think we did enough. Obviously, we did enough to be included in this tournament. Could we have been seated higher? Possibly. But again, you got to talk to the people on the committee with that.
Thank you.